negative thoughts. Now, when I was young, when I was 12 or 13, my mind was basically ran through with negative thoughts. I'm 14 right now, and maybe when I was early 14 years old, I had a bunch of negative thoughts running through my mind. And it was terrible because if you have negative thoughts, your mental health is going to be negative too. Your mental health is going to be terrible because all you care about is the negative stuff. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing you guys the advice that I used and also the tips that I have for basically getting rid of most of the negative thoughts. Again, you'll always have reoccurring negative thoughts. You can't just completely erase every single negative thought. That is not possible. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys on just exactly how to minimize negative thoughts. Before we get into the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help me out. I'm helping you build the mindset of your dreams. And you guys may as well help me back so I can inspire more people. So yeah, it's a win-win situation. You guys are helping me, and I'll be helping you guys back. So let's get to it. Now, the first thing you got to realize is that if you have negative thoughts about the past, for example, something embarrassing happened in the past, you can't change it. You just simply can't change it. The only thing you can do is just to reflect on your past, see what you did wrong, and just apply it to your future so you don't make the same mistake again. That's all you can do. You can't change the past anymore. It's already there. The past is written. All right? So, I would say 70% of your negative thoughts, 60% of your negative thoughts would be from the past. Past experiences, maybe getting rejected by a girl, maybe just doing bad on a presentation, etc. Now, all I want you to say to yourself is that people forget. People forget, okay? Because if this happened maybe like a month ago, nobody's going to remember it. It's just like school drama, bro. If you look at the school drama, it goes really quickly. Maybe somebody gets rejected. Everybody talks about it in like 3 days. And then after that, nobody talks about the kid getting rejected. Now, all I want you to recite to yourself is that you cannot change the past. It's this simple. And yet so many people, including my 13 to younger 14-year-old self, would do. I knew that I couldn't change the past, yet I cared so much about it. The past is already written. You cannot change it. The best thing to do right now is just to reflect on your past and apply the stuff that you learn from it to the future so that you don't make the same mistake again. Now, the next thing I want you to do is just to grab out a journal. I don't have my journal on my desk, so I can't really give a visual representation of it. But just grab out a journal and write down 2 sections. Split the paper into 2 sections and write the thoughts that you can control and the ones that you can't control. And for example, the thoughts you can't control is the law, what people think of you, what this girl thinks of you, just etc. Anything like that you can't control. It's often about somebody else. For example, what other people think of you is other people's problems and other people's perspective. You can't really change other people's perspective. But what you can change is something within yourself. For example, if you have the fear of doing bad on the quiz, you can just study. If you want to get jacked and you think that you look ugly as fuck, then you can start working out. So yeah, what I want you to do right now is just to split your journal in half and write the stuff that you can control and can't control. And after writing everything down, I want you just to cross out the stuff that you can't control. It's kind of like a mental cue to tell yourself that this shit does not matter. Why would you care about something that you can't control? It's just going to make your anxiety amplify. Just don't care about it anymore. And the things that you can control, however, I want you to write a solution down. For example, if you don't like your physique, you can start working out. If you kind of fear that you're going to do bad on a test and you have a bunch of anxiety, then you can study very hard for it. And etc. I mean, it's really that simple. It doesn't really seem like this thing would help, but it has helped me a bunch, bro. You wouldn't know how much this has helped me. I used to care so much about what other people think of me, and it fucked my head, bro. I was full of negative thoughts. Oh, what did this guy think of me? What did this girl think of me? It was horrible, bro. And what I did right there was basically how I cured, or not really cure, but minimize the negative thoughts I had. Now, the last thing that I want to introduce you guys to is called meditation. You've probably heard this before, and many of you guys would assume that meditation is just you sitting there with your fingers like this and just breathing in and out, but that is completely wrong. Now, what meditation is it is for spirituality and for your mental health. Now, when I started meditating like 8 months ago, I don't know, but when I started meditating, I thought that when I encountered a negative thought, I should just erase it, like eliminate it, just say it doesn't exist. But that was such a horrible thing to do, because it's going to reoccur again, and I'm just going to keep on saying it doesn't exist without really giving a solution to clearing the problem. And I recently came back to meditation with a decent amount of knowledge. So, meditation has worked for me basically for like the past 3 weeks, and my mind has been so much better. My negative thoughts have been minimized. I still get some negative thoughts sometimes, but it has definitely minimized a lot. So I'm going to share with you guys what meditation actually is. So, when you meditate, when you have a negative thought that pops up, just observe the negative thought. Pretend that this is the negative thought, the bubble is the negative thought, and you're outside the bubble and you're observing the negative thought. And for example, let's just say, why do I care about what other people think of me? Like, you have the fear of judgment. Just ask that question. And once you get that answer, ask another question for the answer. You're going to get to the root cause. And even though the judgment of other people you can't control, it really does help. It helps to spot your weakness points, bro. It really helps to spot your weakness points. So yeah, meditation is all about observing the thought. And once you observe it, you keep on asking yourself questions, you're going to find basically the solution to most of your problems. Now, just like how I started meditation, this might be very, very confusing for the people that start meditation. So I want you to start out with like 2 to 3 minute meditations, or just start out with just journaling. Journaling is also a very great way too to stop overthinking, stop negative thoughts from coming. But yeah, meditation is probably something, or the habit that has helped me a lot. So I definitely recommend meditation. So yeah, this is basically going to be the video. I basically shared with you most of my knowledge that I would share to myself and to the world about how to minimize getting negative thoughts. So yeah, this is going to be a video. If I haven't... So yeah, this is the video. I hope you guys learned something from it. This video might have been all over the place since, again, this was improvised just like every other video. So yeah, again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because it helps both of us right now. And I'll see you guys next one. Peace.